Hello everyone! If you live in Poland and have received donation from a close family member, you may be required to pay tax. The good news is that a donation received from your closest family can be fully exempt from tax. However, to use this exemption, you must meet certain conditions and, in particular, submit a tax notification within 6 months deadline. Full exemption may be only applied by descendants, children, grandchildren, ascendants, parents, grandparents, stepchildren, siblings, and stepfather and stepmother. This does not apply to father-in-law or mother-in-law. The donation also needs to be basically done within a bank transfer. You may submit statement from your eUrzadSkarbowy account. When you are logged in, you need to go on the left menu, choose Declarations, submit e-tax return, and then scroll down to Podatek od spadków i darowizn. Then choose SD-Z2. Then we may submit the statement fully online. So we are choosing for myself. Important note is that the beneficiary submits it, the person who received the donation. You need to fill in the tax office, which is applicable to you, then the donation date when you receive the money, which is the same as data powstania obowiązku podatkowego, the date of creation of the tax liability. You submit statement. There is your personal data automatically downloaded to the system. You also need to indicate the data of the donor, his, her PESEL, and name, surname, and living address. For purpose of this video, I'm entering fictional data. Next, in section D, we need to specify the legal basis on which the property was acquired. In our example, we are reporting a gift, so we select darowizna, which means gift or donation. Next, in section F, we indicate the type of document confirming the acquisition of the property. If the donor and the recipient signed a written gift agreement, we select umowa, meaning agreement. If the gift was completed solely through a bank transfer and there is no separate written agreement, we select inny dokument, meaning another document. Now we move to section G, where we provide details of the property. Since our example concerns a monetary gift, we select item 79, środki pieniężne, which means cash funds. In the next field, we indicate the share acquired in the property right. Because the recipient received the entire amount of the gift, we enter 1/1, 1/1. This means that the recipient acquired 100% of the... Next, the form asks us to specify the place from which the funds were acquired. We enter the city where the recipient lives. Finally, we enter the market value of the acquired funds in Polish zlotys. If the recipient received the transfer of 50,000 zlotys, we enter 50,000 zlotys as a value of the gift. So we move to the section H, which concerns the personal relationship between the recipient and the donor. It is important to select the relationship from the perspective of the recipient. For example, where a child receives a gift from a parent, the child is the parent's descendant. Therefore, we select zstępny, which means descendant. We now move to section E, where we indicate how the donated money was transferred to the recipient. In the case of an ordinary bank transfer, we select rachunek bankowy, which means bank account. At this stage, the system allows us to attach supporting documents. It is important to clarify that there is no formal obligation to attach any documents when you are submitting the SD-Z2 notification. In particular, you do not have to attach a bank transfer confirmation on a scanned copy of a gift agreement for the notification to be successfully submitted. However, this does not mean that these documents are unnecessary. You should still retain evidence confirming the gift. After the tax statement is submitted, the tax office often verifies its content and asks to provide documents confirming the transaction. For this reason, I generally recommend attaching the supporting documents when submitting tax notification. Summing up, this is not a legal requirement, but it is a good practical approach to attach a confirmation of receiving of donation. At the end of the form, there is legal notice, which explains that providing false information resulting in underpayment of tax can lead to liability under the Polish Fiscal Penal Code. The system will display then a summary of the notification. At this stage, we should check once again and then approve and send it. There is one final practical point to remember. The one SD-Z2 notification relates to only one specific donation. Therefore, if you receive several gifts, for each one you need to submit separate SD-Z2 form. This is not correct to sum up donations in one tax SD-Z2 form. Thank you very much for watching. If you found this material useful, please subscribe.